Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing on this fine Friday evening? Let's get in here and pray. Excited for following God. Thank you, God, for being Jehovah Nissi, the God of the banner. You place a hedge of protection in front of me, behind me, and on top of me, and you keep me safe by any means necessary. Psalms 91, you place me underneath your mighty wing, and nothing shall by any means harm me. No evil will befall me, neither will any plague come by my dwelling. 1,000 may fall at my left-hand side, and 10,000 at my right, but it shall not come near me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. It will form, but I have the breakthrough formula from Jesus stove and the Rumala. Why all three of them? God said everybody is in here. If you want to be in here, come on forward. He said he got you. And I walk in, and instead of fussing about what it looks like, just saying, for so long they was like, only this group can come. Only this group can come. God never said that. It's just that particular group said that. Okay. God said, I said everybody. Jehovah Shalom, the God of peace, the peace that passes all understanding. Philippians 4, think on these things that are good and of a good report. And if I keep my mind stayed on God, he'll keep me in perfect peace. It don't make sense. It don't. But it makes faith. Because what I have faith in, I'll believe. And what I believe, I'll act on. And what I act on, I'll see happen in the spirit realm. And it'll happen over here in the natural. But let me tell you something. It'll happen in the spirit realm quicker. That's the realest realm. This realm is so dense and so full of janky promoters that it takes it a minute. Okay. Jehovah Sabaoth, the God of hosts, you're here, you're there, you're everywhere. You are me and I am you. You place a small allspark of yourself in my heart before I even entered into my mother's womb. Let me tell you, God is not an aspect of love. God is love. Okay. But he took an aspect of love and placed it in our hearts, a piece of himself. Okay. And placed it in our hearts. So now it's up to us to grow it. From the time we came into this body, it's up to us to grow it. Some people just have a foot of it. Some people have 3. Some people have 10. Some people have 20. Some people have 30. Some people have 100 feet. Some people got a whole football field of love. But it depends on how you work it. It's like Ephesians 3:20. God will do exceedingly abundantly above all you ask or think according to how it works in you. Okay. And that's how it works. That's how God works. How you see it, that's how God sees it. We are co-creators with God, the Father. Okay. Jehovah Elohim, the God of gods. We made all this stuff to put it between us and God. Priests, preachers, nuns, all these labels. God said, that's a creation. Religion, everything. He said, I am the creator. Can I get you to spend some time with me instead of the creation first? And he said, I don't have no problem with them. My thing is, can you come talk to me before you go talk to them? So it can be a confirmation. Jehovah El Shaddai, the Most High God. Your name is higher than anything that is named on this earth and the universe. If it can be congregated in a sentence and a punctuation put at the end of that sentence, God is higher than that. And then if I can think of something, I say, let me tell you something. And I get ready to tell you, guess what? God higher than that because it's a word that can be put in a sentence and a punctuation. Boop. God is just, what? Jehovah Jireh, my provider. There is no lack. There's only provision. God is more than enough to supply all I need. But see, it may not look the way I thought it was going to look. It may look another way. I'm worthy because I exist, and I exist because I'm worthy. Why? Because that's my birthright. That is my blood bought right that Jesus gave me a new paradigm. There's nothing that God will ever withhold from me. God is my source, not the things on the outside of me. See, God will use the people on this earth to bless me. See, wealth comes from the north, as above, so below, not from the east, west, and the south. It will always be supplied supernaturally if I believe it. It's based on my frequency and my energy, which is key. If God is here and I'm over here, God said, come to me as you are. I get up and come. I have to change my perspective to go to God. Okay? Jehovah Rapha, my healer. You heal my mind, my soul, my body, my spirit. You hear so much of me. Man, can we talk about that? We're going to talk about some stuff in a minute, and I probably going to bust out laughing. Today was, yeah. Jehovah Gamola, the God of the recompense. There's no getting even with people. Ain't no reason to be arguing. Ain't nobody got time for that. Grown people know exactly what they doing. They know exactly what they doing. Because if you did it to them, they'd be ready to fight you. Okay, but we ain't going to do that. Instead of arguing with them, because people know what they do, because then they look at you like this. Like you gonna say something. Ain't nobody got time for that. Keep your peace, child. Let God fight your battles. Send all that negative energy up to the Creator to be cleansed and purified. And ask the Creator to send it back to you cleansed and purified. Because silence is better than words. Let me tell you something. You let God fight your battle. Child, that battle gonna be fought. Watch what I say. Watch everything dry up. Okay? Keep playing. Okay, and ask the Creator to send it back, cleanse and purify. Cause see, that ain't what God wanted him to do. What God does is this. He is so gentle. He is so loving. Let me tell you what he does. He allows time, and he say, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna need you to be quiet and just work with this one, okay? Because I'm trying to get something to this one, but there is a grace run out period, but we don't know that." God's willingness to get involved, because he'll keep talking to you and keep talking to you, but you act like you don't hear. There's a run out of that. See, ain't no blocking or no stopping nobody's path, no matter what they done to us, no matter, because there is sowing and reaping and cause and effect and corresponding action. That means no matter what they did, if we do anything to them, we gonna get the same thing. Whatever you send out comes back to you 200 to 300 times more, because you send it out as a seed, but it comes back full grown. See, I live under the law of assumption that it's already worked out and I don't need to stress about it. Everything doesn't require my response or my fight. I choose my battles properly and I zip it. Because if God say I got this, I zip it. No matter how I feel, I just cry it out. I leave it in God's hands. Ain't no fussing, no stressing me out. And so it will be, and forevermore. You know why I cried out? Let me tell you why I cried out. Because energy got to go somewhere. Energy never dies. It just changes. And when you transmute it, you will end up crying a little bit because your body is trying to release it. Look in the description below to see a few items just for you. My books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. Okay, no matter what your background, this book is a one-on-one book with me and God. Okay, it was done like over a 3 to 4 year period. I was just write down me and God's conversation. Still do that. And I was like, God, what's going on? And God was like, I'm gonna need you to do this, and he would give me explicit directions. So one day I just printed it off and just showed it to somebody. And they said, what you gonna do with that? I said, God, girl, this is just me and God talking all the time. They said, wait a minute, you and God talking that all the time? I said, yeah. I said, I got a whole nother thing in my phone right now, how we and him talk all the time. They said, really? I said, yeah. They said, you need to do something with that. Everybody don't have a talk to God. You getting explicit directions and we get take a left, take a right. No, he telling you like Noah, he's showing you how to build a boat. You got to show this to people. I said, okay. And I still mess up. You know why I mess up? Because as humans, when God is sending information to us, it has to get through this dense earth, and sometimes it don't come through like he intended it because there's so many distractions. Okay. But let me tell you, I've been paying attention and let go. Okay, notebooks and journals for all, coloring books that help in meditating and recalibrating the mind. You'll see the link to the podcast with the women leveling up that was done in the month of May. You'll also see two more links, one that was local, one that was national, that two magazines I was recently in, one in October, one in September. You'll also see my own personal link to my own bookstore. I'm excited about this venture because I'm in charge of my own intellectual property, but I got a lot of stuff still on Amazon. There are some freebies just for you. There's a link to the 105 spiritual laws. There's only 7 in the initiate book, but there's 12 in another book, so I said do some research. Found out it's really 105. Disclaimer, we do not live underneath the laws. We live underneath the grace dispensation. Once Jesus did the Kundalini awakening and gave us a paradigm shift in our thinking, we no longer are filthy rags and begging for God to operate in our lives. That is not our process. That is not our process. Sorry, something food off. That is not our process. Our process is to go before the throne, bold like a lion. Okay, he said, come boldly like a lion. Because what? Jesus is the Lion of Judah. He said, come boldly like a lion to the throne of grace. Because grace is God's willingness to get involved with whatever we got going on. He said, come over here boldly to the throne of grace and ask for whatever you want. Excuse me, confirmation burp. Ask for whatever you need. But see, in order to do that, you got to feel worthy. You got to throw away that 50 rag talk that they told us back in the day in the old school church. Okay, you got to throw all that mess away and see yourself worthy. Because when you come up there unworthy, God said, I don't know who this is, and I don't know what to do about this because I don't put myself in unworthy vessels. I don't. Because God placed a piece of himself in us, so he don't do unworthy stuff. Okay, because you are worthy. Because God places his holy self in us. Okay, come on. That's why we have the 10 commandments. Okay. But it's really 613. And God told the Israelites, there's no way possible you can keep 613 laws every day for the rest of your life. And they said, yes, we can. Us and our children. He said, no, you can't. They said, yes, we can. And so that was the beginning of them deciding. That was the beginning of man deciding they don't need God. Let me tell you something. I need God every step of the day. I tell him everything. I be singing Smoking Norfolk. I need you now. Yes, I do. I be like, God, I need you all the time. Don't go nowhere. Because if you go somewhere, I promise you, I'm going where you at. And I'm going where you at. Wherever you at, I'm going because I ain't going nowhere without you. And so that was the beginning. And so every time you breathe in, you say, yeah. Every time you blow out, you say, wait. So guess what happens? We're breathing God's air, but this is really not air. This is more, what do you want to call it? We'll just keep it air so we don't throw you off, okay? Again, we know everything, but we don't know anything. And this keeps us from attachments as we go through each level and lesson. Okay, that was taught to me by Jesus, Thoth, and Ishu. Okay, they had to break that down to me. Okay, the adjective PDF and the morals and values PDF is there for you to change your persona. One day you're going to wake up and tell me, I'm tired of this Jacob Promoters life. I want a whole new life. You got your adjective PDF to change who you say you're going to be. Then you got your 400 values and morals. You can change everything because what does it gain you to gain your whole world and then lose your soul and then you done lost and then you done what it means in losing your soul is you doing stuff against what you say you gonna do. You over here shaking a hip and doing stuff to make you feel bad. Okay, I ain't got nothing against that. I'm just saying you don't feel right doing it. Some people it don't bother them, but you don't feel right doing it. If you doing something you don't feel right doing it, and you sit here talking about, but this is the company, and if you are doing something and it don't feel right when you're doing it, you done sold your soul. Just letting you know. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter for all the juicy updates and the upcoming events. And you know what? You can get your adjective and your morals and values, and you can do 180 degrees. God is right there. Only thing you got to say is, God, I'm coming home. That's it. You won't have to do these long, drawn out prayers. Just say, God, I'm coming home. What did I just sound like? Cat Williams. Why did I just do that? I don't know if Cat Williams talk about me, but let me tell you, I'm sending nothing but love to you, honey. Cleansing and purifying energy because you had me hollering too much. Okay. And don't forget to look at to receive 25% off your first order. This is the company I use along with All Natural Remedies. I was given a diagnosis back in 2017 and they gave me 6 months to live. They said, that's it. You out of here. And I said, what? What you said that doctor? And I had to get it. And the doctor was like, what? You gone? I said, mm-mm. I said, the devil is a lie. I broke it down. I said, I am the heal, protecting my health from sickness and disease. I bind up every tumor, every growth, every disease, every parasite, and I send it back to the pit of hell from whence it came. You have no right to this body. This body belongs to God. I am a child of the Most High God. You don't have a right to this body. And then the doctor said, what? I said, I am putting my order in, child. When I say this out loud, God is like, got it, check, getting it. I ain't got to talk to you. God got this now. Okay. I ain't take no cancer treatments. I ain't take no chemo. I ain't do none of that. I got to keep my girls. I ain't do none of that. What I did was I got in my word, found my healing scriptures. And then God said, I'm going to get you hooked up with a naturopathic doctor. Got that. Then my ancestors said, now we need to go down and get the nitty gritty. Go to the backyard. Get those dandelions. Get that morning glory. Get the grass that smell like onions. And then get that poke salad. Okay. It looks like cilantro on the ground, but it's got serrated edges. Okay. Child, I put all that together in the kitchen, cleaned it up real good because I had dogs. Okay. Cleaned it up real good, got it together, put it with my spinach underneath my jasmine rice and my zucchini and squash and red onions and bell peppers of all colors. Child, to put that together. Tell me I wasn't gonna stay around here because let me tell you something. The minute they say you finna leave here, and you start talking to God, and you take this about 6 months, and then you go off of it, then you go back to it, okay? Because it's got the stuff that's on the periodic table that our body needs, magnesium, iron, and all those things like that. Once a month, I give 2 full scholarships. 2 full scholarships for my transformational program. What is going on with this cat? Where's voice? Designed to help me renew your mind and reclaim sovereignty over your own life. This is how it works. Number 1, go to my webpage. Number 2, click on connect here. Number 3, fill out the short form and boom, you in the drawing for the free private session to get started back to you. And you're going to say, well, I know who I am. Child, I thought I knew I was too. But I wasn't asking no questions that bring clarity. I would believe in everything everybody told me. Instead of researching it, just blindly believing everybody instead of trusting the voice of God and trusting my own intuition. My intuition said, you know they lying, right? What do you need to question? And what mask are you wearing? And what do you need to let go? Those are things to ask yourself, okay? Because I ask myself that every day. And every day I be like, I sever the connection. Psalms 91, 1 through 6, NLT. Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow. Even the shadow of God is amazing. Of the Almighty. This I declare the Lord. He alone is my refuge and is my place of safety and is. He is my God, okay? And I trust him completely. For he will rescue me from every trap and protect me from every deadly disease and did. He will cover me with his feathers every day, and he will shelter me with his mighty wings every day. He is faithful to his promises. Let's break down the promises. Promises, promises. Okay, God said, I got you. And you say, well, I want diamonds and pearls, if you like me. And God said, I want to give you the diamonds. I want to give you the pearls. I want to give you the sapphire. I want to give you the emeralds. I want to give you the rubies. I want to give you every gem, the onyxes. I want to give you everything you want. However, I need you to become who you said you wanted to be. And you said, what did I not? He said, do you think I was going to get at you how you are right now? He said, I need to see my reflection in you, and then you can have everything you want. That's why some people quit, because it takes a minute to get it. It don't happen overnight. But guess what? When you get there, hey, there's nothing to get in your way. When I say Nathan hot dog, child. Armor and protection. I'm not afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the bullets that fly at day. I do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness. Why? Because he already told me in Psalm 23, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, my rod and staff shall comfort me. Who knew that your spine and shoulder to shoulder was your cross? Jesus said, pick up your cross daily and follow me. I'm just like, Jesus, we had our cross on us the whole time. And in church, I will always be confused and be asking in Sunday school, now what that mean? Now break that down to me. Oh, that's just something Jesus said. Jesus didn't just say stuff just to be saying it. Okay. And then it said, my cup runneth over. And then it says, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Then you go to Isaiah 53 and it says, God will send the angels to go before me to set asunder to make the crooked places straight. And God will always be my rear guide. Now go back up and pick up Psalm 23. God will always be my rear guide. Goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. That means God is trying to make sure we get exactly what we want. And while the enemy is running us down, God is in between us and the enemy, in between us and the system, protecting our back. As we say in the military, protecting our six, so we ain't got to worry about what's going on in the back of us. As long as we keep our mind focused on what's going on in front of us, don't worry about what's going on in the back of you. God got that, and ain't nothing gonna get you. Because God will annihilate it 100%. He will disintegrate it. Nor the disaster that strikes at midday. Let me tell you why. Because when you belong to him and he called you his, he done marked you. And if you got his mark, oh child, he will blow up everything to get to you. Hand over your heart. Affirmation. I am not society's script. I am my own definition. I am not of this system, but a flame from God, source, the divine. I don't stress about what I can't physically fix. I let go of that attachment and I monitor the use of my energy. I ain't got time to be dealing with nobody. Let me tell you something. God told me, he said, let it go. I got it. I said, okay. You ain't got to tell me more than once. I'm going to leave it alone. As people, we walk in our own mental health concerns. It's part of being human. We judge anything not like us. It's part of the low level energy on the earth. When you or I get so close to our own inner darkness, things we judge, and why? There is a face. People can't even hide it. That's when they mad show. It's a discontent face. It's like this. They don't even know they doing it. It's that spirit in them, child. When you see that, that's a discontent face. When they got that stinking face, like they smell something, like something going on in there. Sometimes they don't show their teeth. They just, all of a sudden they bounce back. Hey, I done seen the mask, boo boo. It's gone. Won't make us. And when you see it, don't shrink, because they're using their mental health issue to project over you. So that means you staying 10 toes down, okay, and you say, no, thank you. I don't receive that. That is not mine. Okay, because they want you to play the part. They need you to keep your mask on. But when your mask hit the floor, they don't know what to do. Now they forever got the gas face. Okay. That's old school EPMD. You got to go look it up. Okay. You got to go look it up. That Eric Thurman. You ain't ready. Oh my God. Okay, I got so excited because hey, when you was in the 80s, you really understand. Okay. They want you to play your part and get out of their way. In this, for so long, the country was like that. People of color have been last on the list and should have been first. Everything came out of Africa, yet black people and African people have a disconnection. It's all part of the dense energy on the planet. We are the same. They don't look at us as any different. In in everybody else's eyes, we're the same. It's the same with the Latin countries as well as the Asian countries. When everybody look at you, they can't tell the difference from Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. They can't tell. They just see you Asian. And they lump you all together. Some people can't tell the difference between Dominican and Puerto Rican and Mexican. Sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes you can't. Because the mixture is so good. And then, how you know? Here it is. I don't always know who's who, and they defend themselves quickly. Don't call me that. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Y'all all in the same group. So you allowing a label to not allow you to love the own people in your group? No wonder you hate me. You hate your own people. How about we take off the labels and just say, I'm human? That way, there's no control whatsoever. No, and then you're no longer playing the game. And if you're no longer playing the game, guess what? You don't have to put on a mask. You don't have to do none of that. And you will slowly see yourself pulling away from the system, and the system won't be able to touch you anymore. And the powers that were lose control. That's why they constantly passing out all the time, because they losing control. When they was feeding off of us, they didn't have to pass out. They didn't have to have medical emergencies because they was feeding on us. But now the vampires can't feed. See what I'm saying? Pay attention. Okay, so now they losing control over the whole unit. Then we begin helping each other. I'm not speaking nothing negative over anybody. I'm speaking the spiritual part. I saw the human part and I prayed. But I also saw the spirit part. Because as soon as it happened, I saw the spirit. See, there's two realms. There's the spirit realm and then there's this realm. In the spirit realm, everything is so in your face if you're open and wide awake. And you don't have to be wide awake. How for real say you don't have to be what that song say? He said, you don't have to be a Mason to see past some of this on a daily. Sometimes if you just checking in with God and you having a conversation, you happen to look and something will move in the corner, you like, oh snap, snap. My help is here. You better watch out. How they say the king is here. Then we can begin helping each other as we go forward. Look, it's still your responsibility to get up from where you are, but at the same time, you're making it easier for yourself because now God is able to govern the information to make it easier for you to do what you do. Because now you have access to the information. As long as you stay low, you don't have access to the information. That's what he told John at Portsmouth, the disciple John, the same disciple. He told him in Revelation, he said, come up hither so we can sup together. Meaning you got to change your mindset, your perspective, and come up here to be with me. This control using us to discriminate against each other so they don't have to control us, just a selective few. So if they control this group, that whole group can mess. Okay. But if you're not playing your part, they can't control you. Look at how you live your life and how much color is really in it. Then ask yourself, why? What are you afraid of? I ask myself this all the time. I asked myself these questions, and my ancestors spoke up quickly. Then said, is this still the case? Some have awakened to who they really are. And of course, the main amount are still arguing about something they don't have the control over, but are giving them a mirage to say that they do. Have you stopped to see how much pressure how much control you really have each day? Like for real, what do you really have control over, and what is told to you have control over? Are you thinking for yourselves? Is it TV that vision telling you what vision to have? What are you watching? How are you feeling? These are the things I ask myself today. Because we really control nothing but ourselves. But the illusion says, I control you, you, and you. But the only thing you control is yourself. God controls it all. Then we're told by humans that place themselves at a rank to say that they have control. Guess what? They don't either. At any moment, all of us don't know when is our true time to say, I'm out. Okay, we don't. So again, what are we really controlling? Because it said he comes like a thief in the night. So if he's coming like a thief in the night, nobody knows when their time is. So why are we trying to control people? We trying to control women. You can't do this with your body, but this is my body. When I was born into this earth, I was born with this body. I don't remember you being there in the room when I was born with this body. Now you can see racism, colorism, sexism, all these isms are mental health disorders that society says is okay. But most of society don't know who they really are. We're all made of God material, but what are we doing with it? So we got the material, and it's like you get the lumber to build a house, but you're sitting there looking at the lumber and you building something else instead of a house. You building a toilet with wood. That's going to be really painful. You're going to get some splinters on your butt. Okay, but that's what we're doing. I just want us to see what we're doing. Not beating anybody up, because I had to talk to myself. This was my conversation with me this morning. Me, my ancestors, and God was talking. I was like, oh my God, I've been building toilets? Oh my God, that's crazy. So when you come to yourself, you start laughing. You do. At least I do. When God corrects me, sometimes I cry. because it'd be so tough. I'm like, I didn't even know I was doing it. And then sometimes I just bust out. Today I just bust out laughing. I say, you know what? I didn't even know I was doing that. But to think I am building lumber toilets, that's crazy. So I said, let me change my lumber to what I need to do. And my left ear just popped like 3 times. Crown, the symptoms today. My crown and my third eye are wide open. God said, flow with me today. I was like, okay. Let me tell you something. If you work with God and God say, flow with me today, that's all I'm going to say. That laugh tell you everything. I began to quote scripture and pray in tongues to reset my energy. I was journaling and writing things down while talking to God about my concerns. My ears was popping, pulsing, ringing, itching, high-pitched noises, and other body movements. There was more body movements today that I've never seen. I was like, okay, something is going on. I asked God to use me, and then I'm open to hear even when it doesn't feel good. Today, there was not so feel-good moments, okay? Breathing and meditating deeply on what God said. Jeremiah 1:8. Meditate on the word day and night and don't look to the left or the right. It will bring you good success. Sometimes the energy that we're working through isn't always easy to process. That's when I dig into what God has said to me. I was talking myself through the process of growth and growing while doing. When God said flow with me, I was having to do stuff, and I was like, okay, we got this. And I was talking myself into my confidence and building my confidence up, because there was some things God was asking me to do. Was just, I was like, God, I haven't done this in a long time. He was like, I know, but you've done it before, so it's in your wheelhouse. Let's go, soldier. I was like, oh. Started giving gratitude for all I have and that I'm alive in this moment. You don't understand, from someone who was given a diagnosis and said, you got 6 months to live, to see that every day I wake up above earth. Every day I say, thank you that I'm here, God. I thank you that in this moment I am here. I am here. I'm here. Being honest about what I want and started seeing what I needed to do to get there. Is that easy? Because then, you got to be honest. Did some Bible study, realizing the crowd only supports who isn't a danger or an insecure problem to them. Sometimes things aren't about me at all. And being okay walking alone, because the dream is mine and only I can bring it to pass. Only you can bring your dream to pass. Okay, somebody can help me, but only you can do it. I already knew this, but solidified it more today into my consciousness and my subconsciousness, allowing grace, God's willingness to get involved with human affairs and take over today. I kept muttering it over and over in my mind and meditating. When God said, flow with me today, I was like, okay, I give you grace, God, because I don't know what we're doing today. I don't know what we're doing, and you said flow. So that meant no matter what I felt, no matter what I saw, if I saw fear, that means I had to transform it into courage and keep going, no matter what was going on. Realizing fear is asking me to do, to limit myself into the past, to go with the limits of the past and quit or keep going. I'm not quitting, so here we go. Realizing to think for myself, I get the opportunity to be better than I was yesterday, every day of my life. I took a break. My heart was about to jump out of my body. So I sat still for a minute on the bed. I tried to sit at the desk, but the feelings was overflow. Let me tell you, I was having an overflow of love hit me. When I say it was hitting me, it came through my crown, and then it came into my heart. And I felt like my heart was just going to explode out of my chest, because it was so beautiful. I couldn't do anything but just sit and cry. It was just so beautiful. So I said, okay, it's so overwhelming, God. I'm not quite sure what we're doing, but you said flow with you, and I'm flowing. I'm not going to hit the brakes. I'm not going to hit the air brakes. I'm going to just keep flowing. But this is a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to lay down while I'm processing this. Because I tried to sit up and breathe through it, but it was a lot. So I said, woo! And then I laid down for a minute. I laid down for like 5 minutes, and then it was processing through. It went through my body. I started burping and passing gas and everything. I know TMI, but it started processing and transmuting. And then I was like, okay, it's good. Then I sat back down to the desk and I said, ooh, I left something. Then I had to go back to the store because I left a bag. So I had to go back to the store and go get the bag and come back. As soon as I got back, I said, ooh, God, that was a lot of energy. He said, I know. He said, wait a minute. Whew, another floor of energy. I was like, oh my God. So I had to go back and sit down. Then I got back up and wrote down more ideas. And just what was on my mind. I did something that I thought I would die in the process. I was highly protected, but my mind was like, oh my God. I did it afraid, but still went. I don't regret any of it. I relaxed and allowed the military version of me to come to the front seat. She was like, move out the way. I got this. Let the soldier come up. She was screaming with her hands in the air. Woo! I just like, and did a trust fall. I just fell back. Okay. Me and Bella must have been changing timelines together because she started acting crazy and acting dizzy too. She was walking and tripping. So many other things was happening to Gage. So many things to say. But I've never really seen her do that before. So she must, because I was here in the room and I think she did a timeline jump with me because she was acting wonky and she was looking at me like she didn't recognize me. And then all of a sudden she came to me and looked at my hand and she was like, oh, that's my mama. So, yeah, it was weird. Who told you who you are? Do you still believe it? Do you really want to know who you are? Have you asked God who you are? Did you hear something back? Did you stay there long enough and keep the question on your mind to understand it? What do you really want? Do you know who you really are? Confirmation verb. And are you ready to take control of your own destiny? These are the questions I ask myself every quarter and sometimes monthly to change up my mental capacity so I can flow faster with God and to receive from God. Because God has been moving really fast. I'm like, you forgetting, I'm in this dance. He said, flow with me in the spirit. He said, there's no time and space in the spirit. Flow with me. Throw your high self out there. If your body can't, and I felt like I had a Doctor Strange moment where I was like, fine, and I threw my higher self, but I was still in the chair, and it felt like, whoo, and I was like, wait a minute, I ain't never felt that before. That is weird. I just did what God said, and it scared the mess out of me. But guess what? It worked. When you question things, God gives answers. It may not be what you want to hear. But it's an answer. That can be a little scary, but you now have answers that push against the norm. It can be really scary because God will say something you like, well, you, woo! Then you say, okay, we pushing, we going. Then you get to go into the darkness of self to find out why you think that way. Never fun, but this is when you find the truth serum, the honesty, and the willpower to change. When you keep digging, answers come up and you dig some more. Why am I saying this? Because every day God is like, we're going digging. And I'm like, oh. Because that means I got to deal with my triggers. And my triggers are my responsibility. They're not yours. You don't have to tiptoe around my life, and I'm not going to tiptoe around yours. Okay? And that means we got to dig some more. Why? If we see it out there, it's in here at some point. Why? We're all pieces of our ancestors, and they're begging us practically on their knees to get it right before God, before they have another Noah move. You say, oh, God won't do that. Okay, think about it. Ask yourself some questions. Is this a beginning for some or the old life for some? You know the ones you don't tell others you think about because they may say you're crazy. Yeah, those. God is looking for himself in us because he placed it there. Step out of that ancestral karma of living the groundhog day, day in and day out, day in and day out, and step into grace. God's willingness to get involved with human affairs where we are co-created with God, and all it takes is a mind shift and action on what you hear. God made us, and how about We ask him what he wants us to do. Don't wait for a priest. Don't wait for the person on the pulpit. But ask daily and pause long enough in the process to go along with getting an answer. This will remove the jargon of the gurus because they don't know what they're talking about. Okay. And it will give you, because they really don't know what they're talking about. So let me tell you what they're doing. They're taking the wisdom of the African diaspora religion. That's what they're doing. Because we were here first. So they're taking that wisdom from there. And other religions, without giving disclaimers, let me tell you something about these African gods, because these are my ancestors' gods, okay? Let me tell you something about a Rumala. You don't go in there playing. You get the opportunity. I had to change it up. You get the opportunity to have your heart clear, just like with God. Because if you going in there messing with somebody else's God, Shiva, same thing. You going there messing with that man with all them on. They are other guys you don't go playing with, and they don't give you the disclaimer. They just give you this jargon, and you go, and then you about to get your neck cut off. Hekete is she coming out there and running, and living is coming, and you like, oh Lord, because your heart ain't clean, and you messing with stuff you don't know nothing about. See, when you stepping in realms you don't know nothing about, and your heart ain't clean, you finna get whatever you get. Because whatever you send out is coming back 200 and 300 times more. And before you can send it out, it's already back on you. Why? Because your ancestors is like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then you do it anyway. Your ancestors like, we were trying to get free. Now we stuck in here. I'm telling you, our ancestors are begging us. I always give them what you learn with, and I always give the disclaimer. What you learn, no matter what you learn, whether you learn it from AI, whether you learn it in church, whether you learn it on the computer, whether you learn it from a book, whether you learn it from the Bible, whatever you learn, listen to me. Whatever you learn is going to be tested. Make sure it is strong in you. Tie that sucker on so deep that when the test comes, you pass it with flying colors. I'm trying to take. I am burning up right now because I'm telling the truth. I am channeling. It will be rigorous and make sure it's truly yours and not stolen wisdom from someone else. If it belongs to you, you will fight anything. If it's fake wisdom, you going down. Shut down in a blaze of glory. And even, let me tell you something. If it's your wisdom, even the gates of hell can't touch it. What the gates of hell would do is they'll turn around and start supporting you. And that ain't nothing I'm saying. This is what I know. Ancestral karma that keeps you stuck in quicksand instead of being able to move forward. Remember this. What scares you the most is also your antidote for your problem. So, what scares you? The dragons, Mama Wata. That's another one. Do not go out here playing with stuff you don't know about. Your heart needs to be pure. Don't go out here playing with this stuff because these gurus saying names. Do your research before you go out here playing with stuff. Don't go out here playing with stuff, and you, especially if your ancestors messed stuff up in their past life. Don't go out here playing with stuff. All of those wisdom spirits of the past, along with the mantles and fresh anointings, are falling on those who choose to walk by faith and not the fear of the shadows of their own selves. Find out who you really are, and no one, no one can ever tell you how to live again. You become the blueprint. Okay. Everything starts being modeled behind you. Become your own blueprint. How about that? Everyone gets the opportunity to do their own work and wake up in their own timing. It's hard when you love folks. It is, but in their own timing. Okay. They get the opportunity to decide just like you did. I know you care for them, but what are they showing you? Like, really, are you paying attention? Some want to connect only because they feel you growing. Let them go learn their own lessons. They will hold you down from moving forward and growing and ascending. Just let them go. It will be okay. God has you in them. Because see, what's going on is they haven't done the work. So when it's time for you to go, they're going to be holding on to your ankle. So you're not going to be able to move because they're scared. Because see, let me tell you something. Every time you get on another level, you're dealing with some different spirits. And if you haven't done the work over here, them spirits is going to mess your head up when you see it. I'm trying to tell you what I know, not what I heard. You going to look, you be like, oh, wait. God said, open up your eyes. You're like, God. God going to say, open your eyes. If you fear, they get you. If you know you with me, you with me. You've done the work. Let's go. But if you ain't done the work, James 1:19-21 NLT. Don't allow anyone to take your power or your energy. Understand this, my dear brothers and sisters. You must all be quick to listen and slow to speak and slow to get angry. Human anger doesn't produce the righteousness God desires. So get rid of all the negative thinking and humbly accept the word that God has placed in your hearts, for it has the power to save your souls. I don't know what God told you because I went in the room. That's you and God. Whatever He told you, hold that close to you. Listen to me. Hold it close to your heart. Get it out of here and put it here, because in this, in as you're growing and going, it needs to be in your heart, because that's where God is checking it. If it's in your head, it can be snatched. If it's in your heart, it can't be moved. Like the Quran says in 1753 and 148, highlight the importance of speaking kindly and avoiding slander and speaking the truth. Also look up in the Quran 156 and see what that say. It'll blow your mind. God is amazing. If you get hungry, God will start showing you a lot of stuff. Do you know who you really are? You get the opportunity to get into your studies, whatever that is, pray, meditate, and find out who you really are. Be so secure. Listen to me. Be so secure when things come to steal your joy, you bounce back quicker every time. It may get you, but you like, you know what? I'm still going. I'm still going. I'm still moving. At least you're still moving. I'm still saying. I'm still saying a lot. I am worthy of love. You know why? Because that is my birthright by being born of a womb of a woman here on the earth. Then Jesus changed the whole paradigm and gave me grace to say, you are worthy, because now God is in your heart. I'm worthy of the life I love. I am, because God is in my heart, and God needs to see something through my eyes. I am His eyes, His ears, His mouth, His feet, His hands. I'm worthy of a rounded, wealthy life. God is inside of me, and He is looking through my eyes. And He said, what we gonna do? And I said, what you gonna do? Because if you move everything, I'm good. I'm worthy of the dream that is in my heart. I didn't put that dream there. God did. God put that dream right there. That was a covenant before I left it. I released timelines are no longer for me. You good, I'm good. We don't match. Two can't walk together unless they agree. I sever every connection. You don't have to worry about it. I release timelines that require me to shrink. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna put on clothes that ain't me. I'm not gonna act like. Continue to act like you don't see me. It's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not rushing or placing pressure on myself. I'm just open for clear communication and wisdom on every move, on the next move in stillness. Let me tell you something about stillness. Stillness will help you calm the brain and go into your heart. I walk forward lighter, clearer, and deeply supported. I'm never alone. I have my ancestors, angels, and God, which is a threefold cord, which is not easily broken. I'm secure in myself, knowing even if nobody is with me, I'm never truly alone because I got my ancestors, I got God, I got Jesus, I got the angels. Uh, I bet on them any day. The angels always bring me something amazing that makes my heart light up. I promise y'all. I saw a toucan today. I saw five of them. They were all together. It was a family. And I said, Fruit Loops. Just being the real me. I'm aware enough to pause, breathe, and sit still for the next move. I just know that I am loved in every way that love can show itself. Love has over a million and one ways, and I'm open to all of them. People go out of their way to do me good because of the favor of God on my life. Rules, laws, regulations, and any red tape is removed for me. It is said, we don't usually do this. They just can't help it. I just can't help it. But if God say that's it, I'm out. Ain't no need to. If my intuition say that's it, I'm not finna go against me. I've done that before. Had to pay a huge fee for that. I have miracles every day and uncommon blessings find me without me even searching for them. They just fall upon me because I'm aligned. See, when you start listening to the voice of God, you find yourself in the path. It just happens. I don't consent to any energy control. I am grounded, safe, and fully in control of myself. I'm untouchable and fully sovereign in myself. All cords are removed from me. Cut, cut, snip, snip, burn, burn. Sever every connection. If you don't match, if we don't agree, we don't match. Ain't no need of trying to put it. I am worthy of the dreams and everything my heart desires. If it's in my heart, God put it there. And do you think I'm gonna take it out? That's our covenant. What keeps you going? Okay, I allow clear thinking to find me without fighting for it. If it's mine, I don't have to fight for it. I don't have to fight you for what's mine. Mm. And if you fight for me what's mine, God finna take care of that. I'm worthy of seeing all my dreams come true while seeing the light in darkness in any moment. I can see the silver lining in any moment. Because you shouldn't have to compete with nobody and fight nobody to get to the stuff. I'm going to get there first. I saw this somewhere and I said, this is mine. Because when you get there first, you probably played yourself to get there. All things come to me in perfect, mature timing for the highest outcome and for the good of all. See, you got to slow down to make sure you're hearing God's voice. Money comes back to me multiplied on every dollar that was spent. That means double, triple, quadruple, 100-fold on every 10 cents that was spent, everything that was stolen, everything that was taken, 100-fold. I'm willing to open space for things I truly want by being gentle with myself. I'm intentional with love for myself. Ooh, child, I've been so intentional with that. I've been loving myself more. I saw this on Google and I've been saying it more. Spirit, if it's in my highest good, I remove all energy that doesn't belong to me. And I send it back from my energy field and I send it back to the rightful owner. Cleanse and purify, no matter where we met originally in the universe, world, timeline, dimension, or realm. I sever the cord of connection. I've learned the lessons. The lessons I've learned. I release you to find your own way now. I thank you for the lessons. I call all my energy fragments back to me. Back to me now. I am free. I am free. I am free. I added an extra one today. The Lord said, put some. I seen something today and I said, oh, I'm going to take that for myself. It's yours, but I'm going to add some spice to it. I now release all energies, traumas, and patterns that are in alignment to my highest good across all timelines, dimensions, realms, worlds, and universes. I am free. I am free. I am free. Ain't nobody finna carry that stuff. Yeah. I sit in peace when I trust the process and I don't rush the process. So let me tell you something. Can we wait in when it's silent, when God get quiet? Let me tell you something when he get quiet. That's the real battle right there. Yeah. Excuse me, confirmation bird, because don't nothing be said. Let me tell you something. Ancestors ain't talking. God ain't talking. Ain't nobody talking. They want to see if you can follow the path. And you've been paying attention. That's why I said make sure you sever. Make sure you put this in your heart and sever all the foolery out. I help visionary women to bring their dream project to life so they become the change maker the world needs. Okay, you a change maker, a paradigm shifter, because the way you think is just different. Okay, you like the industrial revolution. You coming through with stuff people ain't even thought of. Are you ready to step into your real freedom? Do the work and allow your dream to come to you and wake up excited for life? Let's make it happen together. Why do I say together? Because I'm still continue to do my work. Why? Because you never get done. There's always room for improvement. The life you want isn't far away. It's one bold step with support beside you. Like I said, I'm going to be doing mine. Because why? There's good and then there's great and there's good too great. Okay, keep working. Hi, my name is Renetta Cheston, the owner and founder of Life Success Results, LLC. Soul Igniter, Trauma Overcomer, Holistic Spiritual Strategist. I work with the whole being from my level of training and education, mind, spirit, soul, and body. Massage therapy, Reiki sound healing, holistic practitioner, where we pull out all the impurities from the rooter to the tutor. Human design practitioner, we look at the generational baggage and that trauma, that womb care and nourishment, that intuition, that reconnection to your dragon energy, that anointing, that burden removing, yoke destroying power of God that demolishes the old life and you step into the new one. It's like going down there and receiving Jesus as your Lord and Savior at church. Instead of this is the next level of it. This is when you step in. You step in, and the Holy Spirit steps in. Jesus steps in. God steps in. Your ancestors step in. The angels step in. Everybody step in, and they like, we going to demolish everything that has held you back, and we finna rebuild you as a brand new building. Okay, that untamed energy that changes your life forever, and you say nope, and you mean it. Okay. Matter of fact, you don't even look at them no more. We go into the darkness and reclaim everything that belongs to you by standing in the now to recover every piece of you left behind. We go in there and go get it. Okay. When we heal 7 generations before and after, the womb is a portal. Men have a womb, okay? A portal of life. So when we respect and heal it, everything that comes from it is healed and whole to lead future generations of leaders with intuition, empathy, strength, and wisdom. As in the lines of King Solomon, let's break it down. King Solomon was the wisest man on earth, but he didn't have access to Jesus. Why? Because Jesus came after him, and Jesus gave us grace, which is God's willingness to get involved in human affairs. I said, let me tell you something, God. If you see me going down, do whatever you got to do. Tear that whole place up to get to me. Okay, do whatever you got to do. I don't care. Do what you got to do to come and get me. Okay. Get me out of there. And he does it every time. Okay. Let me tell you something. When we get there, we heal. We heal. When we heal, we change atmospheres in the areas of the world. When people see a healed woman or man, they want to emulate that. And it becomes a row of dominoes or a domino effect. Just knocking them down. Let me tell you something. Men have a womb. It's in your stomach, just like women have a womb. Because inside the womb is the flower of life, which is your own inner matrix. Not the matrix that you see out here, but you have your own inner matrix. And when you heal yourself, your inner matrix comes on the outside of you. Bet you didn't know that, did you? Then it's time for you to take the Live Out Loud Dream Activation Session and understand what's keeping you stuck in park instead of driving towards your dream projects. That's why Neo in the Matrix was able to stop the bullets. I'm not saying that we can stop the bullets, but what I'm saying is the angels stand in front of us and they stop the bullets. Okay. You activate something that's never been activated before. Okay. How it works, before we meet, you'll complete a short reflection to allow me to personalize the program that to what your personal needs are. Then we will hop on a focused 45-minute call face to face so we can see each other, because it's nobody else's business what's going on with you. You might need a full paradigm shift, and then you might just need a cool tweak. Okay, at the end, you will know exactly how to identify exactly on where you stop and what makes you excited and why. It's usually something this big. It's usually not what you think it is, but you've been starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. Learn how to stay committed even when life gets tough. And let me tell you something, it will. Life, the universe, the enemy, and this system is going to fight you tooth and nail. God, too. To make sure this ain't your hobby. Make sure this is your real thing. Okay, you're going to have to put on your boxing gloves because you're going to be boxing with God. You know how they say our arms are too short to box with God? When God wants to grow you, he will box you himself. Reignite your imagination and give yourself permission to live how you see it. All under an hour. Investment $97. What? We go outside. You go with the girls to brunch and you spend cool 150. I only have a few slots each month, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you soon. I came out on the other side, and I wish I'd have had somebody that was there for me. They weren't. But I get to be that person I wish I'd have had on my side. Again, when you're ready. God doesn't give you what you want until you let go of what's in your hands. You basically got to do like this. How is that working for you? You've been holding on to that for a long time. When you going to let go? Hit the like button, hit subscribe, because it helped my channel. And then share this with someone and hit the bell so you know whenever I put out something new. Your chance to step into sovereignty is here. Once a month, I give 2 full scholarships to my transformational program designed to help you renew your mind and reclaim sovereignty over your own life. Think it for yourself. Okay. These are the steps. Number 1, you're gonna go to my webpage. Number 2, you're gonna go to the first page when it says connect here. Number 3, you're going to fill out that short form and boom, you're in the drawing for a free private session to get started on your journey back to you. And you're going to say, well, I know myself. Child, I thought I knew myself too, but I wasn't asking questions that bring that clarity. And then I was blindly believing what people told me, thinking that they cared about me, but they didn't. They were trying to get money from me. Okay. Believing everything everybody told me instead of trusting the voice of God and my own intuition. What do you need to question? What part of you is still playing the game and you haven't taken off the mask yet? Where do you need to be honest with yourself? You've been asking for change. You've been feeling the pull. Now's your time to show up for yourself. You show up for friends, family, people at the job, everybody in your neighborhood. Put them in that back seat. You take yourself out of the back seat, come to the front seat, start driving the car. The only thing you get to lose is the weight that's been holding you back. You know that weight you've been carrying. Everybody's cares. Cast it off. God said, give him your cares because he cares for you. The only thing you have to gain is everything that's been waiting for you on the other side of who you said you wanted to be. It's just that simple. I'll walk you through every step of the way. Okay. There are some freebies and a link to my podcast. Okay, good. To my podcast with Women's Leveling Up. Recently done a few months ago in May, and you'll also see 2 other links. One is local, one is national. Okay. God did it. Okay. I ain't do it on my own. And let me tell you, uh, and both of the links are there for you to view the new things that are going on in my life. Look in the description below to find the things that truly light you up and leave everything else behind. I cannot wait to talk to you soon. Remember, I placed a link to my own personal bookstore as well. Okay, my books incorporate the essence of God. If you want to feel the presence of God, read In the Garden with the Father, Understanding True Intimacy. This is a one-on-one book with me and God. Honey, I've been writing down stuff that me and God talk about for years. This was done in a 3-4 year period. Then, okay, and then I put it in book form because somebody said, girl, you hear explicit directions from God. This needs to be in a book. Because people don't hear like that. We hear go left, go right, stop right here, wait. No, you getting Noah. You building a whole boat to get out. No matter what's going on in your life. God is good. Notebooks and journals for all, coloring books that help in meditating and recalibrating the mind. You know what the funny thing is? When you get information like that from God, God said, okay, now put that to the side. That was for then. This is for now. I'm gonna give you new wisdom, because he said they expecting you to go by that playbook because they don't read the playbook. I'm excited about this venture. Why? Because I'm in charge of my own intellectual property. I also have a lot of stuff on Amazon. Go look on Amazon and just type up my name. Don't forget the link to the 105 spiritual laws that cover the earth. Remember, we operate by grace. We don't operate by the laws. We operate in love. Love covers a multitude. Okay, it covers everything. It covers, when it says multitude, remember, multitude is the way we think as humans. So when it says a multitude, it means society. Okay, it covers a multitude of sins or negative thinking. So that, and it's higher than all the law and the prophet. That's what love is. So just let you know. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter for all the juicy upcoming events and everything and updates. Don't forget about your Adjective PDF and your 400 values PDF to change your persona, to change your life. I used it, honey. I sure did. That's why I put it there to help you out. So you can say, I don't want this janky promoter life no more. I want to switch this thing. I got to get me some more promoters. I got me get me some promoters that work in Times Square, because this stuff right here, this is raggedy. Okay. I gotta switch it up. Okay. Don't forget to look at the link to receive 25% off your first order. This is the company I use with all natural remedies for my assistance. I was given a diagnosis of breast cancer in 2017. I didn't get any surgery. I didn't take any cancer treatments. I didn't take any chemo. I didn't do none of that. They tried to get me to do it, child, but I told them the devil is a lie. Okay, they tried to get me, child. And I said, I told the doctor, I said, I'm the heal, protecting my health from sickness and disease. Every growth, every tumor, every disease, every parasite has to die out of my body right now. He said, what you saying? I said, I am giving up my order. You told me something, but I'm telling God what my order is. My order is I'm going to be completely healed before this is over. Okay. And then I went home. The doctor was like, we need to do this. And I said, you ain't going to play me because you trying to gaslight me. So I went home, cried, God, we going to do it. God said, okay, get that number right there. Boom. This is a naturopathic doctor. Who gonna help you with this. Then my answer said, go to the backyard. I said, backyard? They said, go ahead and get that dandelions. They said, get about 4 or 5 of them. We gonna squeeze 2 of them into your little your colander. I said, okay. So I squeezed 2 of them into the colander after cleaning them up. They said, now put it in some water and boil it. That's your tea. The rest of them, you gonna cut it up and you gonna put it with your spinach underneath your jasmine rice. I said, what? I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just following what they said. They said, get that morning glory. They said, get the grass that looks longer than the other grass, because that's that grass that is really is wild onions. Okay, so when you put it up out of the ground, it's gonna look like shallots. Okay, and it smells like onions. And then you got poke salad. It looks like lettuce, but it's got serrated edges. Okay, and it's real close to the ground. Okay, and it's kind of furry looking. It's good for your health. You ever find yourself out in the woods and you don't know how to get back home? It's good for you. Okay, so I put all my plate, ate that with that jasmine rice. Ooh, that jasmine rice is the jam. And then mess around and put some cloves in there. You know, cloves. They fix at least 6 to 15 different forms of cancer. I was eating pears too. I forgot to talk about the pears. Okay, I was eating a lot of stuff. Child, I was doing what God told me to do. Light went out, but it's okay. We just keep going. Let me tell you something. I did exactly what God said. Child, why am I sitting here? No cancer. Because for 2.5 years, close to 3, every 6 months I was at the doctor getting CT scans and everything to prove that there was no cancer. Why? Because they didn't understand how I didn't take none of their drugs, none of their stuff, and I did not have cancer. They said, we don't understand. They took so much blood from me trying to prove it. They said, there ain't nothing in your system. And they did all these CT scans and did everything on the left breast. They were like, wait a minute. There is light over here. It used to be dark, full of disease and parasites and all that stuff. They said it's bright. I said, that's Jesus. What you talking about? That's Jesus sitting over there. He's the 4th man in the fire. Don't you know? I'm Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You better know. You better know. I don't go nowhere without my God. Ooh, God, I thank you right now for loving me, keeping me. I thank you. I thank you for loving me, keeping me, correcting me. Because if you didn't, you giving me over to Romans 1, which is a reprobate mind. Meaning you don't care nothing about me. I need you to correct me. I will take the butt whooping. Okay. Thank you, God. And I thank you, God, that some of us was not given the best cards, but we out here playing this game called life. We is whooping tail. You know what? We playing Spades, Trump, and Uno with the worst cards. So they telling us to our face they gave us the worst cards. And they were trying to steal energy, but the angels popped up and the ancestors said, not today. Okay. All right then. And then you showed us how to play the game and we like, whoop, 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 whoop. We doing exactly what you said because you like, and we doing it how you said it, adding nothing to it. And then boom. God, we thank you right now for loving us because we doing the best we can with what we have. And we thank you for loving us through it as we are processing. Okay? Because none of us have it all together. None of us. We just listening to what you say do. I love y'all to the love of the Lord. I wasn't expecting to go this long, but sometimes God will tell you to say something. It's tonight he was saying for me to say specific things because certain people need to hear it. Okay. I love you in the love of the Lord. Have a great evening and good night.